name's Stacey McConnell. I'm a physical therapist at St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine, and Kelsey and I are going to show you some good flexibility, some good stretches for the different parts of your legs. So I'm going to have you go ahead and bend your knees up. First area that gets real tight is your glutes, your external hip rotators, your piriformis. What I'm going to have Kelsey do is grab her knee and pull it toward the opposite side, the opposite shoulder. And she's going to keep her back down flat, and she's going to create stretch in her hips, in her left hip. That's good. Okay, so how long do you want to hold this? You know, most people don't want to stretch too long. They want to get in their cars and go home, right? But a great time to do a lot of stretching is when you're done with your running and your body's warm. And you're really stretching for the next time you go out for a run. You're really creating a change in your body. Hold it at least 15 seconds if you can. I know it gets boring stretching. Really the best stretch is 30 seconds or more. But if you can give me some stretching, it'll really translate into greater flexibility and better feel when you're out on your run. We'll put that down. You might want to repeat it on the same leg a few times. 3 is great. 3 for 15 seconds is a great start. If you get to three reps at 30 seconds, that's even better. A lot of the stuff, hopefully you're going to use. Some of it you may not need. I really want you to tailor what I'm saying to your running. And if it doesn't fit into your running, then obviously don't use it. I'm going to have you kneel next. I'm going to get you a pillow here. So if you're a person with tight hip flexors, go ahead and kneel on your left. Yep. And I call this a proposal stretch. You're proposing to somebody, right? You get down on one knee. Make sure before you go forward, let's back you up. Let's make sure you can hang onto a table when you stretch so you don't fall over. I want you to really focus on the feeling here. She's going to stretch her left hip, the front of her left hip. Before she goes forward, she can roll her pelvis back and do a little pelvic tilt. And that flattens her back, but it pulls her stomach muscles in, and then she can go forward. And then she's going to try to feel that in the front of her left hip. So right over into this area is where she wants to feel that. If you feel it down in your quad, maybe you didn't do that pelvic tilt before you move forward. Really powerful muscle. When you're stretching, it doesn't really feel like you're doing much, but you are. I would stay there, at least 15 seconds, and do 3 on that side. Let's switch it to the other side. Some people they want to know when they should stretch. Should they stretch before the run? Should they stop a mile in and stretch, or should they stretch after? And I think the answer to that is yes. Stretch whenever you want. Before the run, maybe just stretch more gently. A mile in, if you want to stop right there, maybe you're running by yourself and you prefer stretching when you're a little warmed up, that's a good time too. Just make sure you don't overstretch. It's got to be gentle. There shouldn't be any bouncing. There shouldn't be any pain. Let's go ahead and stretch your hamstrings. I like that she's not rounding her back out too much, and she's not reaching for that foot. Okay, you don't want to stretch your back unnecessarily when you're stretching your hamstring. And you should feel just a gentle pull on the back of your leg. You feel that?
Yeah.
So that's 15 seconds. You can go back off that. Maybe you're doing the 30 seconds, right? You can stretch the same leg, or you can do the other leg. If you don't mind alternating, that's fine. Now when she's stretching, she's thinking about running. When you're lifting, when you're doing strength stuff, when you're stretching, think about, am I in that running position? So her back foot may want to be a little straighter, right? And her front foot definitely doesn't need to be off to the side. You want to keep that right in front of your hip because that's how you run, right? I see a lot of people with their hips turned. And you want to make sure your hips are nice and square to where you're running. Good, your head's up because you're running that way. And that's great. So that's a good hamstring stretch. It's in a nice running position. For people that tend to overstride, first, don't overstride. But if you happen to overstride and you have a little bit better flexibility, maybe you'll avoid getting hurt. All right, so we'll stretch your quads next. You get to face this way and hang on to this chair. Let's go ahead and stretch your left quad. when you're stretching your quad, maybe you feel tight in the front of your leg right here. Good to hang on. Doesn't have to be a balance exercise. Go ahead and grab your ankle. If you grab your foot, you're going to stretch your ankle and your knee. If you grab your ankle, you're just going to stretch your knee. And that's a little bit better position. We want to keep this knee back by the other knee. I like those pants. Good pants. And then you're going to stand up nice and tall. Good. So 15 seconds at least. 30 is better if you got the time. And then 3 on each leg. You want to do the other leg? Show that. Okay, good. And then let's stretch one more area that commonly gets tight, and that is your calf or your gastroc. So I'm going to have you face the chair. You can put both hands up, and then put one foot back behind you. You want to keep your heel down with this, and actually actively push your heel into the floor. Keep your knees straight, and then take your hips forward just a little bit, Kelsey. Good. And you're going to feel this. If you keep your heel in contact with the floor, you'll feel this pull in your calf right here. This is a good exercise if you're a mid to forefoot striker, because chances are you're overdeveloped in your calf. You're real tight, and it strikes a nice balance of strength and flexibility for you mid to forefoot strikers. If you're a heel to midfoot striker, you may want to err on working on strength, or not err on it, but you may want to work on strength a little bit more and a little bit of stretching. Good. So that's definitely long enough. You can alternate, do the left one if you want, or again, you can do the same one. I think we've kind of been over that. Now, Kelsey on the starting line, flexible, is going to be able to run farther, keeping that flexibility, keeping that good feeling longer. 3, what are you doing? 3-hour marathons, 2-hour marathons? So 3, 4, 5-hour, not 5-hour, but however long it takes you, your body's going to remain flexible throughout that time, and you're just going to have a better run, a better event. So, thanks for helping out on flexibility.